Okay, so today we're going to be completing the square in the equation that you see here in the picture. So the equation is 4x to the second power minus, plus 30 Okay, so 4x to the second power plus 30x minus 16 equals f of x. Okay, so first thing we have to do is move the 16 over to the other side. So plus 16. No, it's not a 4. So plus 16. Okay, cancels out. Gets to the other side. 4x squared plus 30x equals 16. Okay, so since we have a quadratic on this side, we have to factor something out. But since 4 is infinite to 30, we're going to have a fraction. So that's okay, so let's factor it out. 4 on the outside, x squared plus 30 over 4x plus 16. Okay, so we can simplify this fraction here. So whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. So since we're multiplying this by 4, oh wait, actually before we do that, we need to complete the square. So you take this b term, 30 divided by 4x, we're going to divide, so we take b divided by 2, and we're going to square it. So let's complete the square. So let's do that. 30 divided by 4 divided by 2, which comes out to be let's see, okay, so when we take 30 over 4 divided by 2, we're going to get 15/4. Okay, and then you have to take 15/4 and square this, and we're going to get 15 squared, so 225 over 16, and now you have to add that to both sides, so let's do that. 4x squared plus 30 over 4x. Let's simplify this one down. 15 over 2 plus x plus 225 over 16. Yep, 225. 225. Right, 225 over 16. Close parentheses. Equals 16. So what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So we have to add it also to the other side. right? Okay. Alright, so now that we've finished completing the square, we have to take the 4 on this side, which we multiplied here, and because we distributed it here, we have to do also multiply it on the other side of the equation, because what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So you put them times 4 over there, and now we can solve. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so now that we've completed the square and multiplied 4 on both sides, now we're going to take their equation, our perfect square equation on the left side, and factor it out. So let's do that. So since we can do x plus let's see, okay, so now that we have to finish factoring it, you have to find something that multiplies to be 225 over 16, and something that adds to be 15 over 2, and that number would be 15 over 4, 15 over 4, and x plus 15 over 4 equals whatever on the right side, 16 plus 225 or 16 over 4. Okay, so since we need this equation, but we don't need it like that, we're going to write it as 4 over x squared plus 15 over 4 equals 16 plus 225 divided by 16 times 4. So now let's solve this on the right side over here. I'll solve this. Okay, I'm going over here to the left because I don't have enough room. So let's do that. So 4 x squared plus 15 over 4 equals 16. What is it? 16 plus 225 over 16. No, 225 over 16 times 4. Okay, so let's do 225 over 16 times 4 plus 16. Alright. Let's see if we can get this out. Nope. Alright. Okay, so 225 over 16 times 4 over 1. So we can always do that. 1 here, 4 here. So 225 over 4 is going to be your fraction. So once you've done that, we've multiplied times 4. And let's take our new fraction. Right? Let's take our new fraction. Oh. Okay. Let's take our new fraction and add it to 16 on the right side. Let's do that. Nope. Wrong one there. Okay. 225 over 4 plus 16 over 1. So you have to add like you had a fraction, or least common denominator, 4, 225, 4 times 16 is 64. So let's do the math there. 225 plus 64, so that's 289 divided by 4. So 289 divided by 4, right? Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've done all of this, we can start actually solving the equation and finding x. Right? So let's do that. Let's write it out. Let's write out the new equation. So 4x squared plus 15 over 4 equals, right here, 289 over 4. You can see that. So how do we delete this picture here? Okay. Alright. Okay, so let's start solving for it then. Let's do it. So you divide by 4, cancels out, 289. So then you do 289 divided by 4, divided by 4, multiply against the reciprocal, which would be 289 divided by 4, divided by 4, and you get 289 over 16, right? So let's write that out again. X squared plus 15 over 4 equals 289 divided by 16. Okay, so then obviously we have to square root both sides now. Right? Square root both sides. Okay, so on this side we get x plus 15 over 4, and on the other side we'll have plus or minus let's see, plus or minus 17 over 4. Okay, so we have plus or minus 17 over 4, and then our last step would be subtracting 15 divided by 4 to the other side. So you have x equals, but since it's plus or minus, you could do both ways, so it would be 17 over 4 minus 15 over 4. But you can also have x equals negative 17 over 4 minus 15 over 4. So those are two equations that you could have. Yeah, so now you show the solve for those, and those will be your x's. So let's do that. Okay, 17 minus 15 on the top, that would be 2 over 4, so x equals 2 over 4, which you can even simplify even more to 1/2, and then you have negative 17 minus 15, so that'll be negative 32. X equals negative 32 over 4, which also can be simplified. So let's do that. And that'd be negative 8. So x equals negative 8. And that is how you complete the square. So let's height those right there and right there. And that's how you complete the square. Yeah.